Hey family, it's Christy. What's your name, sir?
Billy?
Christy and Walter from the BoxTruck Couple. Today's video, we're going to be answering some of your questions from the Q&A. We got Walter, the massager, and the football game. Watch your foot, sir. And production is rigged up. We're just relaxing on a Sunday. So we just wanted to answer your questions, you guys. We started this video earlier where it was plenty of daylight. But we had some consultations to do, so we wasn't able to finish. So let's jump right in. The first questions we're going to ask are the ones that posted on our Instagram. First question comes from YD Section. He says, how is your Hino truck running, and what expenses and repairs have you done so far?
Well, the Hino truck is running pretty good. Really excellent to me. Because I haven't spent a whole lot of cash in repairs. I had four rear tires replaced because when we first bought the Hino, it had recaps on it. And the recaps done very well. They last for like, what, about 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they was still going, but I just didn't want to get broke down, want us to get broke down on the side of the road because of tires.
Yeah.
You know, so went ahead on and replaced those.
Something we could have avoided.
Right. Went ahead and replaced those and got some excellent takeoff tires. 4 excellent takeoff tires, and we're doing pretty good with those. Okay, so you guys probably seen the video where I had to do some repairs to the cab, to the cargo.
To the box.
Yeah, to the box. And so we did a few repairs to that. Wasn't really major. We had when we went through the #1 inspection, we had to get a tag light put over the tag, and we had a what's the name of that thing? Cargo cab box. The box we had to get 3. We had to get one of the 3
tail light.
We had to get one of the 3 box lights working. We got that back working. We got an alignment. I did an oil change once. I'm getting ready to do an oil change again. So
you only have to do that every 10 to 15,000 miles. So
yeah. So I'm getting ready to do that. But a lot of times I don't hardly really keep up with the miles. I keep checking that oil. You know, whenever I feel like it's time to change that oil, just by looking at it, you know, you can tell if it's one got super duper black.
But I'm his alarm clock, because I will tell him it's been 10,000 miles.
Okay, yeah. Now go ahead and change the oil. Not a lot of repairs to the Hino.
No.
And this is 07, so we're appreciative of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So good. Thank you for the question, YD Section. Next question comes from Tim Martin. Now, Tim, you asked a lot of questions, and a lot of these questions are already answered in previous videos. So I'm going to be real brief. First question, do you recommend renting a box truck just to get started? And the answer is yes. If you want to go ahead and get started, you're having problems finding a truck to purchase, or you don't have the money to purchase, or maybe you want to see if it's something you're going to stick with, whatever the reason being, by all means, if you think that renting will get you on the road faster, go for it. That's what we did. We rented first, and then we purchased a truck. Next question, how much can one 26-foot box truck make a week? That's a loaded question. It depends on what you're willing to do to get money out of it, right? But average price that you could probably make out of that truck would be anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 a week. And again, that depends on what you're willing to do. Are you just doing Amazon? Then it's going to be on the $2,000 end. If you're running every day, if you're doing OTR, it could be $6,000. But that too depends on how often you're willing to run that truck. Next question, how long does it take to get your authority, and how much? How do you obtain one? I talk about this in detail in the video that's up in the iCard right here. Make sure you go and check out that video. It takes 21 days for your authority to become active. The cost is $300, but I go into detail of all the steps to start your business in that video. And you asked the question, do you need a DOT number? If so, how do you obtain one? You'll get your DOT number when you apply for the authority. Next question, what kind of license do you need to drive a 26-foot box truck? If your truck is 26,000 pounds or less, you don't have to get any special license. You don't need a CDL, your regular Class C driver's license. You can use that to drive the box truck. And the last question, which is better, Amazon Relay or finding your own loads? We do both, and we do more OTR than we do Amazon. Amazon has been an in the meantime and in between time for us. There are people that make their living doing Amazon 5 to 7 days a week. It's possible, right? Amazon is steady work. There's always a load on the board, or you can post your truck every day and get a load every day. But that depends on how much money you need to make to be successful. If you or anyone else would like to talk about those questions in detail, you're welcome to use this link right here to sign up for a consultation with us or sign up for our mentorship program. But thanks for your questions, Tim. All right, that about does it for the Instagram. So now let's take a look at the YouTube questions. Adrian Hughes, I need some brokers to work with. Any suggestions? I picked my truck up in the morning. I did sign up with RTS Factoring. Thank you, from the BoxTruck Pro. Well, thank you, BoxTruck Pro, for signing up. Brokers to work with. Hey man, if you look down in the description box of any of my videos, there is a list of brokers that you can work with that will accept a new authority. It's in every one of my videos. So look down in the description box. People like Landstar, TQL, CH Robinson. But there's a whole list down there. We wish you well, man, and much success. If you're having some problems and you want to reach out to us, again, reach out to us for a consultation. We'll be more than happy to help you out. DJMusicHD.com. Okay.
Dog,
DJ Music.
DJ.
DJ Music HD. How many loads do you have to take to do poster truck? On Amazon, I'm thinking to do 2 to 3 loads just to get early access. Well, you need, if you are just starting with Amazon, you got to run 3 loads to get a rating. Some people have gotten a rating before 3 loads, but you need to go ahead and start running loads. If you can't see loads on the load board, you're going to have to post the truck. It doesn't open up to you after a specific amount. From the moment you get access, you have the ability to post your truck. If you don't know how to do that, under the post the truck section, there's a video that you can watch. It says view tutorial in blue. Click on that link and she will take you step by step on how to post your truck. Precious? It looks fancy, but I think it says Precious. Precious says, how do you track your loads? Do you use Excel or any other software to track revenue and expenses? I don't use Excel to track my loads. We do a pretty good job of keeping up with the loads without having to put them on a spreadsheet. My brain doesn't work like that. If it's a load that needs to be ran, the rate con and the BOL are always in our DOT compliance binder. Once we're finished, that rate con and that BOL go into an accordion folder that we use to keep everything organized by the month. We track our revenue and expenses in QuickBooks. I'll have the link here on the screen and also in the description box. You link QuickBooks to your business bank account, and every time money goes in or out, it moves that transaction to a transaction section. And you have to go in there maybe once a week, once a month, however you do it, and put those transactions into a folder. Is it for gas? Is it an office expense? Is it a travel expense? And so is it a repair? QuickBooks is a good option. It has helped us not just with this business, but when my husband was an Uber driver, we were able to track his expenses in there for his 1099. So we highly recommend it. Sammy Drawn, how do you find and finance a truck? Boy, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question.
But you're going to be looking hard.
Trucks are really, it's not easy to find a truck right now. It's not impossible, but it's not easy to find a truck. As a matter of fact, we have run into people when we were out in the truck in brand new box trucks that have been waiting, like what the guy said.
Yeah, they had put that order in for those 2 trucks like 9 months ago.
Yeah, and they were just picking it up. They
right.
They had whatever city up north they purchased them from. They were driving them back to Florida, and we saw them in Macon, Georgia.
Whatever truck you get, though, man, whatever truck you decide that you want to get, make sure that you go get a diagnostic on the truck first before you give them any cash. You need to get a diagnostic for the engine, transmission, and see how the rear end is running.
Now, most places you will have to put a deposit on the truck to say that you want it. So, say for instance, if the truck is in Florida and you live in Georgia, and you call and say, well, I want that truck. I want to come see it or have it inspected. They will require that you put a deposit on the truck to show that you are really interested in it, right? But
make sure you can get your deposit back if you don't want that truck.
Yeah.
Because there was one of our followers who he just he had the cash to go buy a truck, and he took the people who were selling the truck, he took their word for it that the truck was good, and he went and bought the truck. He sent them the money, bought the truck, had someone go down and pick the truck up and bring the truck back, only to find that the truck had low compression in the engine.
What does that mean? And
that mainly the engine was ruined. I mean, it could drive, but it didn't have any pick up and go about it, So, right. So they had to, they did not want to refund his money.
And they didn't realize it because it wasn't a load on the truck.
Who didn't realize it?
When he was driving it
the
back.
guy that purchased the truck really didn't realize that the truck, the engine had low compression on it. In other words, you could match the gas and it'll go, but it didn't have up on the load. It could not pull a load.
Right. Once you put a load on it, it couldn't pull it.
Right.
So it was a difference with it being empty, right?
Yeah, it could probably go, go a little fast. But once a load got on that truck, that engine got to work harder, and it couldn't work no harder. Mm-hmm. It was losing compression.
Right. So always make sure you check. Now, as far as finding, there's a lot of options to look. In addition to truck places that sell them, you have these rental truck places that sell used trucks like Penske and Ryder. Keep a check, because daily they might not have trucks today, but they might have trucks next week or tomorrow. So you gotta be consistent about checking for the trucks. Also, there are a lot of people that get into the business and don't realize what it takes to keep the business going, and are selling trucks on private places like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. So of course you want to take all the necessary precautions when you're dealing with somebody like that. But I do know several people that have had success. I think the person that kind of mentored us from the beginning, Demetrius B, bought both of his trucks from Facebook Marketplace. So make sure, check all avenues, because we bought our truck from a private seller. So you never know where you're going to be able to get the truck from. As far as financing, it's really depends on, what your status is and what you're able to do, and also what the criteria is from where you're purchasing the truck. Johnny Savage. All right, Johnny. Do you use a dispatcher and do you factor? We do not use a dispatch. We don't use a dispatch. We dispatch ourselves. I started on the DAT load board and the truck stop load board. I only kept the truck stop load board for a month because I never booked a load on it. What I realize now, though, is if I was to do that load board again, it would be the pro and not the low one, because you see way more options when you invest in the best one. We used the DAT for a long time. Every load we ever booked off the DAT load, every load we ever booked from a broker came off the DAT load board. And again, we didn't do the low man. So the reason that we don't dispatch is because every part of this trucking business comes at a cost. The factoring company wants 2.75% of everything you make. The broker's getting their cut off the top before you even see the money. Dispatcher wants 10, 12, sometimes more percent of the load before you even see the money. And that we're just not willing to pay a dispatcher for something that we can do ourselves or figure out how to do. We didn't know in the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it comes. We do factor. When you don't factor, you have to wait 30 to 45 days. And we had one incident where it took longer than that to get our money. So we use RTS Factoring Company. A guy named Justin, his name and information is on the screen. Great company to work for. We only pay 2.75%. There's no annual fees, so if you don't use it, you don't pay for it. So, next question, River Horse All-Star Network. River Horse All-Star Network says, I have a question about health insurance for owner-operators. I'm planning to leave my job, but how can I still have dental, vision, and health benefits as an entrepreneur? So, yeah, you're going to have to pay for it. It's you can get health benefits through any health company, but if you're leaving a job where you have benefits, if they have COBRA, you can keep those benefits. However, we did keep the dental and vision is $50 a month, and we are covered for that until 2022. As far as health insurance is concerned, we went with Obamacare or Biden Care or whatever you call it. It's $52 a month for both of us. $52 a month covers both of us. Our copay is $5 copay. We pay very low rates for prescriptions and everything. So that's an option. A COBRA through the job that you're leaving is one option. And affordable health care is also another option. As an entrepreneur just getting into the business, you certainly qualify to get a low rate with affordable health care. And a truck driver told me about that. Also, DJMusicHD.com. I've been struggling to get decent loads. These prices, well, this isn't really a question. I've been struggling to get decent loads. These prices are sad. Laugh out loud. How do you get loads with the new authority? I'm 2 weeks old, with diesel at $4. I'm looking into Amazon. So yeah, we do OTR. We sprinkle a little Amazon when we need to. What a lot of people don't realize is that we're in control of the rates. The rates are low because box truck and truck drivers continue to book at that low rate. Even with Amazon, the rates are low. Okay. So, and I think it was Big Vic that just put out a video a couple days saying, stop booking these low rates. You guys, as truck drivers, have the ability to say, I'm not going to accept that low rate, right? You don't have to run it. Now, I know we need to run loads. Even with brokers, if they say we're only going to pay you $500, you have the right to say, well, no, I need at least $700 to run this load. If they need that load run and people have been turning them down left and right, they're going to have to get that load ran. Amazon has to get their product out to the customer. So, we have to stand up for ourselves when it comes to the rates. And if the rate is low, just don't book it. Keep looking.
Unless you have to, if you got to book it, I say go ahead on and book it. You need the money, you got to do what you got to do. But that's what I mean. If I need some money, I got to go get me some money, regardless of how much it is. I mean, I can understand if you cannot book that load and hold off, go ahead do that. But if you gotta have some money, you gotta have some money. If you need some money, don't you think you gotta get some money?
Well, absolutely. But here, let me give you an example. So, say for instance, there's a load on the board that's been sitting on the board for the last hour or two. Most loads on Amazon don't sit on the board that long. But you see a load on the board, it's going 229 miles, and it's paying $315. That load is sitting on the board because everybody knows that load is just not paying enough. Even if you need money, would you accept that $315 load to go on a trip that's going to be 4 hours one way? No, because you are going to use all of that $315 just to put gas in the car. You're not making money.
In the truck.
In the truck. You're not making money off that load, so it doesn't make sense. Here's where a lot of people don't realize, especially when it comes to Amazon. If you just wait the load out, the closer it gets to the time for that load to be booked, Amazon has to do something to get that load moved. They make a promise to their customers that these packages are there in 1 to 2 days. They're prime customers. So they can't afford for those pallets to just sit on the dock because they're not paying enough. A lot of times, if you look on the load board 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, those same loads that never got picked up, the price has changed tremendously.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. They do go up as they don't get picked up. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but if you gotta take a load, if you gotta take a load and try to make some cash off of it, I ain't gonna hate on you, man. Yeah. I'm not.
And we have, but we don't make it a practice. No, and we've learned from it.
Right. If I can hold off on it, I'm gonna hold off because it's just amazing how those prices have dropped. So.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. All right. Thanks so much, DJMusicHD.com.
DJ Music. Waka, waka, waka.
Johnny Savage has another question. What's the best load board?
Yeah, answer one question for Johnny Savage.
He got 2. He must have came back. He thought it because this one was way down here, and then the next one is the first on the list. This is the last question, you guys. What's the best load board for box trucks and a brand new authority? I'm so new that my MC is not active yet. 21 days will be 11/3. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. So 21 days will be 11/3. As long as you have your insurance, you should be active on the 3rd. The best load board for box trucks and a brand new authority, it really doesn't matter what load board you use. Most load boards have several options, right? You can get the bare minimum, which is probably going to be like $35 a month. You're not going to really see anything. And then you have the pro, which could be $100, $150. That's the one a month. That's the one I recommend because that's going to have all the loads. It's going to tell you what the most common rate is going to be for that load, so it helps you to negotiate, and it tells you, like, for your area what most drivers are being paid for that load. So say for instance the basic or regular rate for that load is $1,200, but the broker's trying to pay you $800, you have bargaining power with that load board because it's letting you know what the basic rate is for that going rate. See, what a lot of people don't realize is that brokers get all the money, right? So say for instance the company is paying $1,500 for that load, okay? So the broker takes that $1,500 and they have to move that load, but they have to get their cut. Now what that looks like, we never know because it's different for everybody. So if they pay you $800, that's $700 they got left in their pocket, right? Or if they pay you $1,200, they only got $300 in their pocket. So they're trying to get the most that they can get for their pocket. They have wiggling room. I don't care what they tell you. They have wiggling room. So if you have that bargaining power because you know what the average pay is for that rate in your area, then you can negotiate with them. We started out with DAT and truck stop.
DAT, what is DAT?
It's a load board.
That's that.
or DAT or DAT.
I call it that.
I heard it called both, mainly DAT, but he see it's y'all.
You know what I'm talking about? Me
this
and her,
a
man,
competition thing
all
right
the
here.
time.
All the time. All the time. He be competing with me. He be competing with the people across the street who can cut their grass first. Who got the best looking yard, and they don't even know he competing.
No, I don't compete with them people.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. She is just saying.
I really.
Now y'all see what I'm saying?
I really
y'all
am just saying
You see?
because they don't even cut their grass, but I'm just saying.
Right.
That's him being competitive.
Well, no, I'm
but
not.
But that was the truth when we lived before we moved here.
I'm not really competitive.
Yes,
I just like to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Competitive.
I like to tell the truth.
Before we moved here, he was. It was the man next door to us,
and he was. Every time the man next door seen me cut the grass, he cut the grass.
Man didn't even know he was competing with Walter. But Walter was competing with him.
The man was competing with me.
See what I mean?
Right.
Y'all see what I mean, right?
I said, baby, watch this. And I'm going ahead and cut the grass. Nobody the man cut the grass. I went out there and cut my grass, and the man cut the grass.
You made him realize, because your grass look good, that he need to make his look good.
He know the grass need to look good.
Anyway, Johnny Savage says, my husband
Johnny Savage says his husband?
Johnny with an I-E.
Oh,
so
okay.
This is a lady. Yeah. Oh. My husband has been driving 18-wheelers for 10 years. We decided to be independent. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're going to be amazing too.
Right. You are amazing.
You are amazing. Johnny, if you have any other questions, if you want to just talk and get some insight or you need some additional help, we have consultations. It's right here on the screen. You can schedule a consultation. We also have our mentorship program. So thanks to everybody who participated in the Q&A. We loved the fact that you gave us some questions to answer for you. Anything else you want to say, sir?
Yeah, this thing right here, man, this massager thing works pretty good, especially on your neck and your back. So, but you guys be safe out there.
Did you thank your wife for that massager thing?
I thought I did. Didn't I? Didn't I?
Thank me now.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. As usual, we want you guys to be safe
and successful.
And successful in this business. So until we see you in the next video, you guys have a great evening.
And we just carry on too, man. We just be carrying on. So, thumbs up.
Bye, y'all.